The voice of the drum calls. It sings a song of those who came before us and those to come. A song of survival and strength. A song of participation and voice. A song that calls us together. When we come together and participate in the 2010 census, we use this tool as the voice of all our Native people. Our voice. It is in our hands. 2010 census.
All right, welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Tuesday, March 2nd. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories right here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. So here are the news stories for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The local chapter of Kiwanis International provided a special gift of smiles to young patients at Cherokee Nation W.W. Hastings Hospital at Tahlequah, Oklahoma, with the donation of several unique dolls as part of the group's Young Children Priority 1 program. The group donated several of the cloth dolls, which serve many purposes. A child can draw on the doll with markers, distracting them from discomfort and boredom. Because the doll is soft and squeezable, it can be a comfort when the child is anxious. The dolls can also serve as an outlet for expression of fear or unhappiness by drawing a face on the doll. Also, the child can mark on the doll the injury or pain she feels. This allows the adults to discuss concerns and pains more objectively with the child. In addition, the dolls serve as a doctor's demonstration when they use the doll to show a child what would happen during the procedure, helping the child to better understand. Each child keeps his doll when leaving the hospital, and a positive reminder of the hospital visit. Graduate Horizons 2010 is currently accepting applications for their summer pre-graduate workshop. Arizona State University is hosting the GH program July 17th through the 20th, 2010 in Tempe, Arizona. ASU is one of the largest public universities in the nation with over 1,400 Native students enrolled. This program is ideal for Native students considering applying to graduate programs in 1 to 3 years. Graduate Horizons is a workshop for preparing for graduate professional school where 75 to 90 students work with faculty, admission officers, deans, and professionals from over 40 graduate school programs representing hundreds of disciplines. The program is open to American Indians, Alaska Native, Native Hawaiians, and First Nations of Canada, who are permanent residents of the United States, college students, college graduates, and those seeking a second master's or professional degree. The deadline to apply is on a rolling admissions from March through May, with applications accepted until June 1st on a space available basis at www.collegehorizons.org. Financial aid available for some for tuition and airfare to students who qualify. Taylor Matt was an energetic teenager who endured chemotherapy at age 12 and was entering her senior year at Casanova High School, where she planned to carry on playing field lacrosse while studying hard for college and perhaps becoming a nurse like her mother, Deborah. Taylor was diagnosed with acute myelogenous leukemia, AML, one of several forms of the disease, and unusual since it normally affects older people. The white blood cells explode in number and consume the red, leaving the body prone to infections. Chemotherapy works in most cases, as it did for Taylor about 5 years ago. But last August, Taylor collapsed. Doctors found that the leukemia had returned, and since then Taylor has been at the Gialazzino Children's Wing at the State University of New York Upstate Medical University in Syracuse, New York, and she must now have a bone marrow donor to survive. Donor drives are planned for several Native communities with the assistance of the William G. Pomeroy Foundation. The foundation has enlisted the help of Joanne Shenandoah, the Grammy-winning Oneida performer, to spread the word through a series of radio and television commercials. For more information about leukemia and to arrange a donor drive in your community, you can contact the giftoflifeonline.org or call Paula Miller at the William Pomeroy Foundation at 315-476-3000, extension 2576. Interior Secretary Ken Salazar has a has asked a key historic preservation panel to weigh in on a proposed Cape Cod Wind Farm. Salazar said this week that the Cape Wind developer and two area Native American tribes could not reach an agreement on the project. As a result, Salazar said the Advisory Council on Historic Preservation will allow the public to express their views on the proposal now. Salazar will then take those comments into consideration before deciding whether to approve the wind farm. Cape Wind developers have proposed building 130 turbines, each more than 400 feet tall, in Nantucket Sound in what would be the nation's first offshore wind farm. But the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe and the Aquinnah Wampanoag say the project will interfere with sacred rituals and desecrate tribal burial sites. Nebraska lawmakers are debating whether to provide $250,000 a year to help ease alcohol-related problems in and near White Clay, Nebraska. Should the bill being debated this week pass, the money could be used to increase law enforcement in the area or fund an alcohol detoxification center, among other things. Critics say the measure lacks a clear plan and wouldn't help unless there was action on the nearby Pine Ridge Reservation as well. 4 stores in White Clay sell about 4 million cans of beer annually, most to residents of the Pine Ridge Reservation. Liquor is banned on the reservation, but it is just across the border in South Dakota within walking distance of White Clay, Nebraska. In a riveting performance, Dan Lorenz and William Dawson of the University of Wisconsin Law School won the 2010 National Native American Law Student Association Moot Court competition held in Vermilion, South Dakota on February 19th to the 20th and hosted by the University of South Dakota. Advancing to the final round were Lorenz and Dawson of Wisconsin Law against Robert Thompson and Allison Gregonis of the University of California, Los Angeles School of Law. 45 teams from over 19 law schools competed. The moot court problem was written by USD law professor Frank Palmersheim and the USD 31 Alex Hagen, dealing with the religious use of eagle feathers. Among the schools that fielded teams were Wisconsin, Columbia, Stanford, Michigan, Michigan State, UC Berkeley, Arizona State, Gonzaga, and the University of South Dakota. Best advocates: first place, Lorenz and Dawson from Wisconsin. Second place, Thompson and Gregonis from UCLA. Third place goes to Joshua Kloss and Jeremy Braveheart from the University of Michigan School of Law. Best Oreilles: first place, Lorenz of Wisconsin. Second place, Will Dawson of Wisconsin. Third place was Mark Katsu from the University of Hawaii Law School. Best Briefs submitted: first place, Alexander Hogan and Novika Asher from Columbia. Second place, Caitlin Smith and Courtney Smith from Columbia University. Third place, Charlotte Scar and Raynon Gorman from the University of North Dakota. The University of Wisconsin Superior, University of Minnesota Duluth, College of St. Scholastica, and the Lake Superior College will be hosting their second annual Intercollegiate American Indian Storytelling event, Sharing Our Gifts, on March 6, 2010 at the University of Wisconsin Superior in the new Yellow Jacket Union's The Great Room, starting with a free continental breakfast at 9 a.m. So if you're hungry, head over there, eh? Gifted storytellers from all around Ojibwe and Lakota country will share some of their sacred gifts of Ojibwe and Lakota language, culture, and history with students, faculty, staff, and the greater community. The event is free and open to everyone in those communities of northern Wisconsin and northern Minnesota. All ages are encouraged to attend, as our communities are strengthened through the participation of families and multiple generations. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you for joining with us. Thank you. Miigwech.